move into the city. And I just go to shut up because I know him with moving. Once he, like, moving sets you become a crazy person.
Oh, moving makes me absolutely insane.
Moving sucks, man.
Because I lived in the same building that I lived in there before, when we worked at WNEW in New York. And so that's the reason I went right back to that building.
Because you know it.
I know it, and the move, I knew how to move in there now. And it just would have made that process so much easier.
Oh, moving in the city is brutal.
Oh, it's the toughest thing in the world. It's the most exhausting.
Then you're going to lose some of your valuables.
Oh, yeah.
I do every time.
Something's going to break. Something's going to be missing.
Yeah, it is always
a horrible
rough
thing to say. I really sound like a dick.
But it's true.
Movers will fucking rob you blind. They're all about
blue-collar people are not like us TV hosts.
Yeah, well, you know, it's so hard to find good help these days.
Blacks and Chinese are really out. They're thieves. But it is true that it is. People don't realize how exhausting it is to go from anywhere else into the city.
We should probably give movers a break.
Yeah.
Because you know how awful moving is for us. Those guys are doing that shit every day.
I can't imagine. Every day they're either rapping.
And it's not your stuff.
Or figuring
out halfway through the first day. Like,
how to get a fridge through a door every day.
My shit, I don't care. Let's just get this over with.
Do you stay with them when they're rapping everything and all that too fast? Do you help or?
What I usually do is I try to pack every little thing myself, like DVDs, books. I pack all that myself so that they usually and I leave the kitchen for them, though.
Right.
And the kitchen and the furniture is usually all I have them move.
See, I love the fact...
Well, you move all the stuff yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just...
no,
you stand and watch over them. And
oh, yeah, I watch them wrap everything, yeah.
See,
they must love that.
Luckily, yeah.
I'm nice. I buy lunch.
When you're married, you go like this. Yeah, honey, I have meetings, so I'm going to be over. I go rent a hotel, watch the sports on TV, then I come back over. Oh, they're already gone? Did you take care of them? Well, good. All right, where is everything? Because I would go nuts standing there like that all day.
My wife and I, our deal is she packs and I move.
Is that right?
Yep. Works out pretty well.
Packing is the tough
she's like really organized, you know. So she'll get everything packed. She'll start a month ahead of time. Get everything packed and labeled, and then I gotta move all the time.
You're wrapping everything that you own. Basically, everything you've ever had in your life, you're wrapping up.
You're looking for boxes. You're saving the newspapers so you can start wrapping stuff.
Yeah, it's just a nightmare.
Moving sucks.
Hey, Earl, you've never moved, right? Just in one place 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, I only moved once, and I packed everything. And
you've been in a studio apartment for 10 years?
Since 97, yes.
Now, do you ever say to yourself, I'd like to move, I'd like to see what it's like to have a bedroom? You have a fold-down bed, or you...
No, I got a bed.
The bed's there, but you can always see it from wherever you are in the house.
Yeah, the bed...
It doubles as a couch.
The bed is being held up by, like, just about 5,000 CDs. I
got a feeling that place looks like maybe Son of Sam lives there. Just crazy writings on the wall.
The Mooney Shrine.
You kill white man. Just bizarre stuff.
No, I always call it the dilapidated palace because one section's falling apart, the bathroom's a mess, and then from the moment you walk in, all you see is CDs everywhere.
Everywhere you look at CDs.
Yeah, there's CDs.
And you never bought one of them. It's just different radio stations.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true.
Just grabbing stuff from the library. Downloading.
Well, when he worked at NEW, that old library now is in his house. It's Ramones shows from 1978.
That's going to
be about a third of it,
of a library, man.
Yeah. We used to have that. Earl used to take care of it. So you'd go over and open it up, and it would be like kind of vault-like, and he'd have it all moved around, and you just go through, and there would be just shows that nobody has ever heard about. It was like, oh, here's Jackson Browne at the bitter end, 1973. And you're like... It probably hasn't been listened to in 30 years.
Ever heard it.
And somebody would kill to have it. Somebody would say this would be perfect for me.
Yeah, I mean, some of the other shows, you just walk through and it's just sort of like, The Clash at the Palladium, 1979.
Right.
Or The Police at the Bottom Line. Like, The Police at the Bottom Line?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that one. You got that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable shows. I mean, there was a Van Morrison show from 1978 at the Bottom Line, I think, which ends with him like throwing a chair at Bill Graham or something like that.
Did you just sit around and listen to this stuff by yourself, just a party of one?
Every once in a while, just like, you know what, let me hear it. I just wanted to hear what it sounded like. You know, the stuff has only been aired maybe once or twice, tops.
And CBS doesn't know what to do with it after all these years.
The last I heard, they were going to probably throw it online and make it one of the HD channels that they have.
That would be cool, at least.
That'd be great.
But then you've got to probably go back through the band management, and you've got to go through...
No, it's
the record company. It's public domain now?
I mean, once it's broadcast, it's property of the radio station.
Why wouldn't they just do that on a weekend? Over at Free FM, just have a weekend where they just play the hell out of it.
Have like a 5-hour, 4 or 5 hour show where that's all they're playing. That kind of stuff.
I've sat in meetings about this, giving them all these suggestions, and they're like, okay, we'll think about it, and it never really...
We have our corporate plan. We've got to stick to it.
You know, they've got Springsteen shows from, 74 in there. People love that shit.
I would listen to that.
Yeah.
If you were driving somewhere and that came on, you'd be like, fuck, I'm going to listen to this. I'm going to drive past where I got to go just to listen to this whole thing.
Isn't that the greatest thing, that if you are driving and you hook into something that can keep you going, that lifeline? God damn.
I hope that's happening out there right now.
I don't think it is. I think some people actually pulled off the road early.
Yeah, people are out there like, that is cool when that happens.
We'll get a hotel. We're going to pull. I don't even understand cash cab. I don't even understand what they're talking about.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Doesn't make any sense at all to me. I just saw Bobby Pantera up. He's gone. What happens with you in there? You drive me crazy. I asked for so little out of you, you redheaded bastard. What do I get?
You son of a...
What you asked for. So little.
All I wanted was a cup of coffee.
You're on today, aren't you, Fez? Loves to be third mic. That's all he wants in life. It's the third mic position. He's so much more comfortable. Hey, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Who's this? Well, lost you.
Ooh.
Here's Ryan.
Noise.
Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, buddies. I'm just calling to remind everybody that Ben Bailey is headlining the Cringe Humor Show next month.
Where's that happen at?
That will be at Caroline's.
No, what exactly is Cringe Humor? Is it?
It's like a website where they'll post gigs for comics. They produce shows.
So they promote the shows, they produce them.
Yeah, there's blogs and there's pictures and bios for comics, and they have awards, annual Cringe Humor Awards and stuff.
No, is there only certain comics that are invited into this? You got to be on the edge a little bit?
I think so. I mean, that's the gist of it.
Right.
Cringe.
Are you part of it, Ryan?
Well, no, I'm just buddies with the guy that runs it, Patrick. I'm just saying it's Wednesday, August 16th at 9:30.
All right, thanks.
Nice plug, man. Thanks for doing what I should have done.
Yeah. Thanks for... And remember, you've got a heating bill that has to be in today by 5 o'clock. Here's Dave. Dave, you're on the air.
Hey, Earl, you got any old Jimi Hendrix stuff in your library there?
You know, it's a good... any old Hendrix in there, Earl? No, that was probably pre-NEW, right?
Yeah, that was definitely pre-NEW. I mean, I think they started recording those shows around 71 or so.
Like that's Ladyland.
Yeah, no, like just the technology was there. It wasn't there.
John Lennon used to go to that radio station all the time, right?
Yeah, he did a couple of shows where he played DJ, where he spun records for the afternoon.
Who else? Who was like some of the original guys that used to hang out?
Elton John. I'm trying to think who else.
Zamfir, Master of the Pan Flute.
Years ago.
No, like the early
he
stuff.
He was so young back then.
Some of the early stuff, like those like really psychedelic bands, like you would hear just like that was Lothar and the Mother People with real
stuff no one cares about, right?
Lothar and the Mother People.
It was Lothar and the Hand People. I'm sorry.
Lothar and the Hand People.
Yeah, something like that. Something really esoteric.
Hey, Matt, you're on the air.
Hey, Ben, have you had to flip off anyone while you're driving the cab?
Yeah.
With contestants in the cab, though.
I have, yeah. I've lost it a couple times.
Sounds more often than not.
People do some awful things to you on the road in New York,
It's vicious.
It's vicious. And I've made my share of little mistakes driving.
You know what's really weird about being in New York, too? When I'm walking, I hate everyone who's in a car, and when I'm driving, I hate anyone who was walking. I cannot believe that your main problem when you're driving in New York is people walking in front of you and not giving a shit.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's true. You flip flop.
Yeah.
You're walking. You're like, these fucking cars are driving me crazy. And you're driving, you're like, I wish these goddamn pedestrians would get out of the way.
Well, yeah, when they're walking, you know it's easier for you to get around than this for me. I'm not trying to get. I just want to get out of the middle of the road.
I think what happens most times on the show is I keep it under control while the people are in the car, and then they get out, and then we're driving to the before we pick up the next one, and then all my anger
you gotta let it go.
Out.
Yeah, because then you're really driving. The other time you're on a TV show.
Yeah, the other time I'm Mr. Smiley Happy.
Hey, it's a chance for everybody to win.
How are you?
All right, Bobby Pantera has a story for us. What's up, Bobby?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
How are you?
What's up, Bobby?
How are you, man? You guys were talking yesterday about, like, awkward moments with celebrities. I wanted to tell you my stories that I had.
Go ahead.
I have one with Harrison Ford, where this must have been, like, 7 years ago, and Harrison Ford was filming a movie in Jackson Heights in one of the buildings there. And I was working at the time over there in Jackson Heights, and I had to deliver a few packages into the building. So they let me onto the set, and I'm in the lobby, and right away I see Harrison Ford coming straight at me. And he's walking towards me, and he's talking to the director. So I think to myself, oh, man, I got to say something to this guy. I got to shake his hand. So now he's right in front of me, and the only thing that I could think of doing is I point at the guy, and I say, hey, Indy!
Oh, man.
So he looks at me. He looks at me like
hey, Indy.
He looks at me like I'm the biggest piece of shit on the planet. And he shakes my pointing finger, and he walks away, and he rolls his eyes at me.
He shook your finger. He shook your finger. That's really funny.
He shook my pointing finger.
Like you were a baby. That's something you do with an infant. There you go.
Oh, man. Every time I think about that moment, I just, like, cringe to myself, like, oh, my God, I'm such an idiot.
So you had your one chance to meet your hero, and you just make an ass out of yourself.
Yeah, really.
I had a similar moment to that, man. I was a trainer, I was a personal trainer for a while. And this guy was training Lawrence Fishburne in the gym, in that same gym. This guy was teaching him how to use the swords and stuff for the Matrix movies.
Right.
So, and it was cool, the fucking Lawrence Fishburne's training here, I passed him on the stairs one day. I'm going down, he's going up. I go, Morpheus, you're alive! It was after the first one. He just looked at me, the same look that you probably got from Harrison Ford. He just looked at me like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's what I was really looking for. Thanks.
Just shook his head like, you moron. Get out of the way.
And before you say it, you think this is going to make the thing that makes this guy ask me out to lunch.
Yeah, I'm like, he'll love me. Why do my little Morpheus line? It's going to change his whole day.
I got one more story.
All right, let me hear it, Bobby.
All right, it involves Bill Clinton. Like, he was running for president on his first term as president. And I was working in the movie theater, and right next door, Bill Clinton came into, like, this little diner in Queens. And so that morning, my boss asked me to come in early to set up for the theater because we couldn't open until Bill Clinton, left. So after we set up, I'm standing in the lobby, and I see Bill Clinton coming out of the diner. And I look over, and now the only two buildings on this block were the diner and the movie theater. So, and nobody was allowed on that whole block. There's no people allowed on that whole block. So I'm in the lobby, and I have a perfect view of Bill Clinton coming out of the diner. And I look over, and I see my boss, and he's shaking Bill Clinton's hand. And I think to myself, wow, I want to go shake Bill Clinton's hand.
Sure, why wouldn't you? Yeah. Shake the hand that shook the world. Why not?
Exactly. So I come running out of this movie theater lobby like I have no thought about anything. I'm just running out.
You're running at the president.
You get tackled by Secret Service.
So I get mauled by the biggest, blackest man in a suit I've ever seen in my life.
The color doesn't matter. Why be racist?
No, I'm just pointing out the facts here. So he grabs me off the floor. He knocks the wind right out of me. He picks me up off the floor, one hand, and he stands me up and goes, "You're gonna stand right here." So now the greatest part of the story is that like this happened maybe 10 feet in front of Bill Clinton, and he obviously saw it. So he gets into the limousine and he turns the corner. And he looks directly at me, and I'm, like, sitting there holding my chest, trying to catch my breath, and he looks at me and gives me that thumbs up. That thing.
Nice try.
Wow, you got block tackled in front of the president.
I'm sure shit like that happens all the time, too, where he, for 1 second is like, hey, am I under attack? Oh, it's just an idiot who wants to meet me.
All they know is they caught Oswald in a movie theater.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking back at it, I must have, like sharpshooters aiming at my head.
Absolutely.
You definitely did.
You know, we were just down in front of the White House not too long ago. At night, we're walking by. It's like